Evening. Evening all. Evening all. Hope you're having a pleasant evening out there. The Breezy Bowl. It's called the Breezy Bowl. Don't know what that means. Then again, I'm old. What do I know what the Breezy Bowl is? What is the Breezy Bowl? The Breezy Bowl. I haven't got a clue. What's it all about? Right. Let's do the old analytic check. Get the feed. Well, I'm not making no AdSense of the last video. Copyright strike. But it's doing good views. That's probably going to determine whether I keep the format or not. A lot of people said they didn't like the music. A lot of people said they did. And if the analytics are saying the numbers are up, it is what it is. Now, not looking to stay too long on this. Basically, current events. Yeah, basically current events. Top chat goal. The goal. Make super chat more fun with a goal. You really think they're gonna go for that? I'm lucky if they press the like button. Oh, 5 people watching. 1 like. 5 people watching, 1 like. Man, they don't like me, man. They don't like me. They don't like me. They don't like me. You know what I mean? Them not like me, I don't like them. All good. All good. All good. Boy, this is dead as boy. Maybe this one wasn't such a good idea. You know what I mean? Before I even talk, does anyone want to hear the topic or shall I get off? Finish cooking dinner. What do you reckon? You can save me wasting my time, innit? Tell me if I like. I tell you what. Before I go on, let me see one comment that's saying, "Yeah, I want to hear what's going on at least or something." Let's hear one comment. Let's see one comment of some kind, and then we'll steam in. But if not, then I mean, I can wrap this up in 10 minutes and just take it down, and no one will remember I put this abomination up on the stream. You know what I mean? Just one comment. One comment that you want to hear the topic. One comment that you want to hear. You want to hear what I've got to say. Some engagement. Some engagement. Okay, we're at 4:37. I mean, if I don't feel the engagement is popping by 6 minutes, I'm just gonna cut off. So I'll cut the stream off. I'll save everyone the time. One comment, just one or 2 comments. Yeah, I mean, just yeah, I want to hear. Okay. Does anyone want to hear the topic? Does anyone want to hear the topic? Does anyone want to hear the topic? Got to be some engagement. Out of here. Boy. This channel's going downhill quick, I tell you that now. This channel is going downhill. This channel's going downhill. Wow, not one comment? Not one comment. All right, I'm going to take the stream down then. I'm not going to waste time. I'll take the stream down. I was going to talk boxing, but I need to kind of like recharge on the topics. You know what I mean? I'll take the stream down. All right, a couple of comments saved it. All right, I'm only going to do a few minutes. So basically, the other week, I heard somebody talking about women going to a Chris Brown concert. And they were saying the women who turn up all believe that they've got a shot at getting backstage with Chris. Maybe the entourage will say, yo, what are you saying? You want to drink some Cristal or whatever they drink? I mean, I don't know, whatever. I went for the generic popular drink. I mean, people still drink Cristal. I'm not a baller. I mean, I'm not a baller. I'm certainly not a baller. PG London. What's good? So when they said that, I thought to myself, nah, that's surely nonsense. That's surely nonsense. These girls can't turn up to Chris Brown concerts and think they have a shot at Chris. But Mecca, I tell you this. I went on my bike ride yesterday. I was going to go a different route, but my brethren couldn't make the ride. So, rode through Seven Sisters. I'm on Tottenham High Road. I said, boy, it looks awfully busy. Then I realized, okay, there must be an event at the stadium. And it's just like, there's girls everywhere. I've never seen so much women on Tottenham High Road. Never. So I'm cycling through the high road, and they're talking about the Chris Breezy Bowl or something. And there's girls everywhere. Girls everywhere. And it weren't just young girls. There was girls, women of all ages. Yeah? There was women of all ages there. Dressed up to the nines. You know what I mean? And even the elder, senior citizens who went there. I'm not sure if they went with their daughters, or if they just fancied their chances. Even you could see there's probably some merit in what they were saying. There's probably some merit. The Chris Breezy Bowl. I have never, and that's because I've never went to much dudes' concerts, I'm guessing, with such a female fan base. I've never seen an artist have so much support from women. I've never seen the likes of it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And then later on, there's videos of this girl getting down and nasty with him, trying to kiss him up, and he's gyrating on her, whatever's going on. I'm just imagining how much hatred that girl must have got. Dude, they like these women, yeah. Are like, if a woman goes to a concert and she's obsessed, I tell you what, yeah. When I was younger, I went to date this woman, and I say woman, she was older than me. I was about maybe 29 at the time, 29 or something like that, and she was a bit older than me. And when I went to her house was like a shrine of Tupac. It was like a shrine of Tupac. Posters everywhere. And I thought that was a bit, it was, it didn't work out between us. I'm not saying that was the straw that broke the camel's vertebrae and spine and whatnot. Not going to go that far, but it was a bit of an eye opener. BG said red flag Tupac. There used to be lots of girls like that in the UK. Lots of girls just obsessed with Tupac. Obsessed. And like, here's the thing though, right? I knew this girl for a woman, I should say. I knew her for quite a time. She was always quite a sensible woman. And I'm not saying that alone made her a screw up, but it was like, whoa, where did that come from? I wasn't expecting to see the like paraphernalia. And Chris Brown is the same. Chris Brown is pretty much the same. There were like a lot of women were dressed very provocative, and obviously it's a concert, so you know what I mean. I'm not casting no aspersions on their character or anything. But I'm just picturing like thousands of women attending, thinking they may have a shot. Some of them obviously went just to have a good time. I'm not saying that, maybe perhaps the majority did. How did he get so much drawing power? Is he like, if there are any women in the chat, is he just like the shit? Or is music that good? Or does he just have it going on? How did he get so much drawing power? I witnessed it for myself. I witnessed it for myself. This guy has drawing power for days. Has it always been like that? Is this what he's dealing with? If there's any dudes in the comment section, well, obviously there is. Would you like to be in his position? Would you like to be in his position? Would you like to be in a position where you've got an abundance of women of whom would just bust it down on sight? Let you bust it down on sight. How much of them women, right, have partners? Maybe some of them are married. How much of them have partners and would have banged Chris behind their partner or their husband's back? How much of them? How much of them would have turned Chris down? If Chris really wanted it from them, how much of them would have turned it down? The Hideout said he had a lady friend who was hospitalized for 2 days last week. She wanted to go to the concert yesterday against her family's wishes, as they're concerned about her not being fully fit yet. But you see, obsession. Hospitalized for 2 days, her family telling her just chill out, but she has to be there. She just couldn't see it no other way. She couldn't see it no other way. She wouldn't even have cared, right, if she had an episode and had to be taken away in an ambulance. As long as she got there, that was her main concern. The Hideout. I could never take any woman who's a fanatic about an artist seriously. BG London, big yourself up. Sully, what's good? Whew. Jimmy in the kitchen cooking, what's good? Leon Watson, what's good? Jimmy said this is not the 90s. The competition is slim. Sully said it's because there are not many R&B artists currently, I'm assuming. Yeah. And if they are, they're all aging, I'm guessing. I mean, he's not young, is he? He must be approaching 40, surely. He's not young. But the likes of Usher, like, who was the previous generation? You got Usher, Genuine, they're all getting on, like, flipping. They don't really do R&B on the level they used to do it in America. I don't even really class him as an R&B artist as that. Like, he's more I don't even want to describe. I'm not gonna put him in a box. I'm not gonna put him in a box. BG said, nah, just give me Chris Brown money. You wouldn't want all that attention from females. Would it be just overkill? Because there's obviously the potential of Me Too getting at you with that amount. Like, no one man should have so much power. You can draw a crowd of women like that. There were some dudes who, I guess, went with their girl, and some of them may just went to see Chris. But I've never seen the high road with so much women. Never. Never. I've never seen the likes, and will never see again. The Hideout said Beats, I told her off for not caring enough for her own health and safety, and she said I made her feel like a child. Hey, listen, this is probably our one shot. Like, okay, he's probably doing a little European tour. She wanted to get to White Hart Lane. Ran, he said, Chris still playing that 16-year-old character like Bow Wow. If a woman is into that, it says a lot about her mental age. Well, it's fantasy and it's escapism. That's what it is. I really like. you see what we're dealing with, Ryan, is escapism. It's just pure escapism. See, a lot of them, let's say they went and they're married, or they've got a long-term relationship with a boy. Perhaps if the entourage invited her backstage, they might say no. But I just don't know. I don't know. Would you trust your woman or your wife to go to a Chris Brown concert without you? And let's bear in mind, right? You got to be rational with your answer. The likelihood is she's not going to get backstage. She's not going to get backstage, likely. But would you? No. The question is not because we don't have a say, control if they can go. But if your woman said she was going to a Chris Brown concert with her friends or by herself, what would your response be? What would your response be? Is what I want to know. Is it insecure if you try and shut it down? LT said literally all women in Tottenham this weekend. It was crazy. Pure craziness, bro. Pure craziness. Sully, he lives in LA, and I think that's like the epicenter for that party culture with the models that are trying to meet a celebrity. Yeah. No disrespect, yeah, but the models in LA compared to the girls who White LA, like, I mean, it's no comparison, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, they don't have the money for the maintenance like the LA models, I'm guessing. The Hideout beats. Chris even said he sometimes goes out at night in a disguise to feel like a normal person. The attention feels boring after a while. Wow. LT, Tottenham High Road was packed. Chris getting the bag. Yeah, he must be getting like. I mean, like, look what the Tottenham ground has become now, hosting R&B concerts. That's crazy. Do you know the first time I went to that ground? The year I first went to that ground. I'm not even going to say it didn't make me feel old. Long time back. Long time back. Wow. Let me try and work it out, actually. Maybe about 45 years is when I first went to the stadium, White Hart Lane. 1979. How long ago? That's okay. That's 40 plus years, bro. That's amazing, isn't it? Imagine like me ever thinking I'd be ever repeating that. Yeah, I went the first time I went to the White Hart Lane Stadium. It was in 1979, 45 years ago or whatever. 46 years ago. Wow. Yeah, it was packed, man. The Hideout said this. Oh, she's in her late 30s. Yeah, there was a lot in their late 30s. Ryan said his lyrics are still about him being 16. But that's what they're buying into. So it's no point in him trying to say, yeah, I'm going with a more mature body of work with a new album. It's no point. He's probably got them songs, but they want to hear the Chris Brown You mean, like, he's a phenomenon, bruh. Because say what you want or want. The man is a phenomenon. I mean, I ain't hey, I want that attention, but I wouldn't want it forever. I'd want it just if I could switch it on and off, that'd be great. If I could switch it on and off. You fucking dread. If you can switch it on and off. Wow. Imagine being able to lever any of the girls turning up there at your discretion. That is just like flipping now. Threesomes, concubines. BG said, bye, Felicia, is my answer. You're not having it. The hideout, he said he would let his lady go to a Breezy concert because he's that secure. However, if she does anything to embarrass me there, it's a wrap for that relationship. How would you know if you're not there? If she, when you say you let her go, are you going with her? How would you know what she's doing when she's there? It's not like not unless you're gonna bring spies to spy on her. You're not gonna know what she's doing in there. The hideout. Beyonce broke the records for the highest grossing event ever at the Tottenham Hotspur grounds. Wow. Wow. She's a phenomenon as well. BG said Tottenham Stadium costs $1 billion, I think. No, not to hire. Not to hire, not $1 billion. LT said 18 concerts at Spurs this year beats madness. Yeah, they're just that Daniel Levy, man, the businessman. The businessman. The hideout. Chris definitely knows his crowd and he's the best performer of his generation, no doubt. Hey, listen. I know um it's not gonna go down very well. But he's like a Michael Jackson. But only thing is he looks like he's smashing some of the fan base. Michael weren't doing that. He's on some Michael Jackson level. He really is. Imagine if Michael was smashing some of the fat because you know, like when it was Jackson 5, like Tito, Randy, Jermaine, they were smashing down things. Michael wasn't doing none of that. Michael wasn't smashing nothing, bro. Michael wasn't smashing nothing. You know what I mean? Wow. LT said everyone I know who went to the show said he was a great performer. You could see, he's a phenom. He's a phenom. Mr. S, as I always say, you don't need money to have game. You can get all of them tricks on benefits. BG just wants the money. He just wants the millionaire attention, not that Chris Brown-ish. The hideout is saying he would let her go without him. Okay. After watching it, watching like them flooding the place, I'd feel uncomfortable. And that's my insecurity. I don't mind. I don't mind opening up and admitting my insecurity. I don't mind. I don't mind. It doesn't bother me, them things. Try and shame me out of not expressing how I feel. Yeah, I feel insecure. Not because I expect to stay with her forever. Not because I necessarily love her off or anything. But if you're saying you're my girl I don't know, man. I don't know. Let me get some water and get back. And the girl he did have on stage, the one he did, she looked thirsty. She looked so thirsty. Wow. She looked so thirsty. Like she would do anything, whether thousands of people were watching the act on stage or not. She just blocked it out. Yeah. Mr. S. Gal go viral for slacking. Look at the Omalay concerts. Who's Omalay? Dan Morris. Michael Jackson's music changed as he grew older from boy to man, just like the old school singers. Jimmy Ginnell says Beyonce fans are young girls and gay men. I would have thought Beyonce's got mature women in her fan base as well, though, Jimmy. I would have thought she's got women of all ages. Oh, to build Tottenham Stadium. I hear what you're saying. Yeah. That's a Billy. Yeah. And they're still building it, you know. They're still like building stuff. Mr. S. Michael allegedly smashed a lot if you listen to Chris Tucker and other stories. Okay. Maybe he did. How do I know? Probably did. LT, BG London, yeah. Stadium cost $1 billion to build. Yeah. Them stadiums cost, cost a lot of money. And then when I'm riding past, boy, they've got the chicken shop up there called Chick King. It's the popular chicken shop. The queue was just crazy. Them people weren't getting no food for a long time. If you was in the back of that queue, you weren't getting no food for ages. LT, a lot of gay men were at her shows in London. She did during Pride Month. Ryan M said, let's not confuse insecurities with principles. Ryan, I think you nailed it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not gonna let anyone like shame me out of my principles. See, they're trying to see it's word like what it is like word replacement. Oh, you're insecure, and you might actually think you're insecure. But then when Ryan does a little word replacement, principles. That's why I'm not like, I mean, this got nothing to do with my insecurity. Yeah. What's it got to do with my insecurity? Yeah. That's crazy. LT, Chick King making serious cash. Yeah, they're making proper wonga. You know what I mean? The Hideout. A lot of black women of Beyonce's age don't put her due to the Jay-Z effect and how the breakup of Destiny's Child went down. Okay. Yeah, women are petty like that, though, isn't it? And see, that's the thing, though. Like, if Chris had the sex appeal of some of the other dudes who got bagged up in the Me Too after he had the situation with Rihanna, where he allegedly was throwing a few bars at her and stuff, he wouldn't have that fan base like that. But because they find him alluring and whatnot, he's the guy. They just look past that indiscretion. They don't care about that. They defend him. I've heard women say she started it, defending him. But they're not going to do that for Diddy. They're not going to do that for Harvey Weinstein. Some of them did it for R. Kelly. But yeah, they'll go all out and defend Chris Brown. Yeah, very good for local businesses, that stadium. Yeah, definitely so. Oh, 50 Cent performing at Tottenham Stadium this summer? Bloody hell. And Kendrick Lamar? Wow, they're just killing it down there. They're just killing it. 50 Cent, still relevant though. Doing concerts? You see, that them artists haven't been replaced. I mean, like, they made iconic albums, iconic singles. Like, you do a concert and play it in the club, it's ripping it down. It's ripping it down. It doesn't matter if it's 22 years old or what. It doesn't matter. Tell you what, Chris, man. It must probably get boring, but you tell that to most dudes. Like, the attention must get overwhelming. But flip it now. Oh, Mary J. Blige and 50 Cent. That's interesting. Mr. S, they should have put Vibes Cartel on at Spurs. He's back probably doing concerts every way he can do them, isn't it? Wow. That's crazy, man. And like, a lot of women, they never evolve from being that princess as a little girl. You know what I mean? The dad probably maybe, or their mom or some relative. Princess. And that never loses them. They never quite lose that part of who they are. Because I don't think there were women my age there. Maybe not that old. But there were women of good age there. A good age. A good age there. I'm not saying they shouldn't be there. You got to age the way you see fit. People don't get that until they get to my age. You got to get it out of your system any which way you see fit. So if you want to go to Chris Brown concerts or dress provocatively, 50. You do what you got to do. You don't worry about what no one has got to say. But just to have that kind of appeal, to have girls like from their 20s all the way up to flipping 50, there's a range. Like, there were big women there. There were some big women. Now I'm thinking about it, there probably was some maybe near my age. Thinking about it now, some of them look, yeah, like they've been through the grinder. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Woo, Mr. S. Mr. Ain't you ever had so much gal you get bored and robotic with them? I've had periods like that, but not till I was bored and robotic. I'd say. I tell you, I've had a lot of female attention to the point that I had to pull my phone lead out because it was just like getting very stressful. You know what I mean? It was getting very stressful. But not on a Chris Brown level. Mr. S. Snuff early 40s women still on this princess behavior. It's what it is. It's what it is. They want the knight to come and swoop them off their feet, and you know what I mean. Oh dear. Dan Morris, AJ got a lot of women into boxing. My sisters know nothing about boxing but liked AJ. Yeah, he's the next one, isn't it? He's the next one. He's another one. Just got gal everywhere. BG London, who wouldn't smash their celebrity crush? Flipping out. I never forget when AJ lost to Andy Ruiz and that black girl. She went to the event and she broke down crying because he lost. I never forget that. The way she broke down. That was just crazy. I never forget that. I never forget that. That's what makes women special and different, isn't it? Women are different, man. Women are just different, bro. They're just different. They're just different. They're just different. They're different. Wow. Are there any other artists, current artists, who can pull a female crowd like that? Who else could do that right now? They ain't gonna, like, when 50 perform, there ain't gonna be no women there. There's gonna be a couple of women. There are a couple of women, but I mean, like, they're the type of women you really wouldn't want to try and get with. You probably wouldn't even want to get into any verbal altercation with. I mean, pull out the blicky. The kind of gal to pull out the blicky. The gal turn up to a 50 Cent concert. Nah, you ain't trying to run game with them. You know what I mean? Pull out the blicky. Dan Morris says when AJ lost to Daniel, his sister was crying. Yeah. LT, AJ got women breaking down. I'm dead. Yeah, that's wow. Wow. What other boxers? I think probably Ali, AJ, Ali and AJ. There's more. There's more. Oscar. Oh, hey, Oscar. Oscar, you had a big female following. Oscar De La Hoya had a big female following. Yeah, BG said Oscar pause. Yeah. Leonard, probably. Probably. Yeah, Sugar Ray Leonard. I would imagine. Yeah. I mean, like, I would imagine. Yeah. There's been a few. Dan Morris says Tommy Morrison got ladies. He was also a very evil mother effer who was deliberately sleeping with women after he knew what he had. He had the monster. He knew he had the monster. He was diagnosed with the monster, and he was still sleeping with women. Yeah. So that's a no good person. He's a no good person. You know what I mean? I lost all respect for him when I heard that. All respect. All respect was lost. You know what I mean? Wow. He was sleeping with a lot of women, though. There was a few women who liked Lennox Lewis back in the day. I remember there was a few women. You know what I mean? I don't know on what kind of scale, though. That's crazy. Big up Toby Bartlett. Yeah, he was no good, BG. Tommy was no good. Muhammad Ali got a ridiculous amount. You know what I mean? A ridiculous amount. Mr. S. Usher draws big crowds. Yes, he does. He does. You know what I mean? But then, I mean, if you go outside boxing, you got guys, is it George Clooney? All right, Mike Tyson was getting an insane amount of trim. Yeah, Mike Tyson. Yeah. He was getting an insane amount. I remember reading stories in the newspapers about Tyson back in the day. It's like wild. Mike was just wild. Like he was having concubines, bro. Yeah. LL Cool J is another one. Yes, BG. Yeah, LL Cool J. Although I think LL went to his wife, back to his wife a lot though. Like I think a lot of the songs and the image gave that aura of sex appeal. Yeah. Wow. Chris Brown, man. I've never seen the light. Like so many women on the high road. I was saying, wow, that's just mad. This is mad. Yeah, Tyson. Yeah, Tyson was on it, bro. Jack Johnson, obviously. You know what I mean? Getting a lot of white women to cross over the state line. he's the reason there's trafficking, you know. It's because of Jack. I mean, they trumped up the Mann Act charge. That was probably one of the first trafficking cases, you know. Yeah, Jack Johnson. Dan Morris. Mike was getting freaky with some Asian women before the Buster Douglas fight. Yes, allegedly he was. Yes. Yeah, Brad Pitt. Yeah, I guess it must get tiring after a time, innit? After a time, it must get tiring. Like Usher's had some crazy women show up at the shows, isn't it? Yeah. Tyson had the original gangster image, man. You know what I mean? All right, people. We managed to get a hang out of it. I'll stay until the hour's up probably. We managed to get a hang out of it. And like, man, who was the girl on that stage there, man? Like it just, like Chris, let me see. Girl on stage. I wonder if they drugged them up or something because she looked like yeah, right. Well, this is 11 months ago. That one, right? This is one day ago. Right. Chris Brown. Yeah, that's a. Yeah, that's a. Flipping now. Right till he's flipping mounting her. What the right? He's mounting her. He's on the real. Wow. It's crazy. Wow. So what? He just uses her as a stage prop and then discards her? Is that how that goes? Is that a Me Too? Do we have to call Gloria Albright? Do we have to call Gloria? What's her name? That's mad. And that's part of the show. That's part of the show, Rude Boy. That's part of the show. The Hideout said she was ready to risk it for all that moment. And like, she's got to go back to her regular life because Chris ain't phoning her. They're a dime a dozen. He can get a new one of them because she was quite a little pretty girl. But he can get one of them for every show he does in every country, in every city. Yeah, them Harvey and Romeo, so solid. Yeah, PG. Yeah. They were getting true. Yeah. Harvey and Romeo. Wow. They were all getting true to me. Like, so solid, but massive back in the day. Harvey and Romeo. Well, the other one, there we go. 7654321. Romeo done. I got 7 minutes to go. They had, I tell you what, no one had more haters than the Soul Solid crew. No one had more haters than the Soul Solid crew. They had so much haters, bro. It was actually quite unpleasant, actually, the amount of haters they had. Wow. It was very unpleasant. Very unpleasant. I tell you what, man, like this I mean, like I've never understood the hate and the jealousy. I've never understood that though. You know what I mean? Like people are successful at what they do, and like the hatred they get, it makes you wonder: is it worth it, man? Like imagine like the hatred Chris Brown gets. Imagine the hatred he gets. From his peers, his artists, maybe from the same area on the come up as he was. Jealousy. Just dudes like, you know what I mean? Hearing like, if they're hearing girls around their age, yeah, they're going to the Chris Brown concert. The hatred he must get. It's sickening. But it's like what BG said. It's the money in it. You get the money and you move on. You get the money and you move on. I mean, he got a nice piece of change for that concert yesterday. Nice piece of change. Wow. Yeah. It's exciting, isn't it? It's excitement, isn't it? It's just, it's like it's excitement. He brings attention. He's like a polarizing figure. I remember how much hatred, like after the Rihanna thing, he had so much hatred. And then I started seeing the hatred turn, and from women, like me, the hatred started turning towards her. I'd have to do that on a separate video, the killing of blood pressure. I mean, I haven't got no notes on that. I mean, jumping off in 2-3 minutes. The hatred turned onto Rihanna. He's so like considering, yeah, Elvis, yes, Elvis, the culture vulture, got a lot of girls. Yes, he did. Underage ones as well. But he survived that Me Too moment, or that like he survived that very well. Not many of us would survive a crisis like that and still have a career. That's how much of a rapport he has with his female audience. That's power. Mm-mm. You got me hypnotized, mesmerized. We just can't go wrong. That's crazy. He must just like, he's just born with it, isn't it? That's just, but he just born with it. Yeah, Elvis got a phenomenal amount of women. A phenomenal. You know who else? Like probably people like John Travolta when he was doing them films in the 80s, Saturday Night Fever and Grease. The man were getting a whole load of women. Whole load. Truckloads. Yeah, man. BG said Prince. Prince did Prince. Yeah, he had some. Yeah, he did. He definitely. Prince definitely had a lot of women. Peace out, people. Peace out. We might do a boxing stream later. See how it goes. Peace.